What up, what up, what up? We back. All right, Tunehype.com. We talk about music marketing and artist development. Also, we promote your music and do interviews and stuff like that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. And this, I want to talk about, is it a good idea to pay to perform, or should you just get paid to perform? Because a lot of people have been trying to figure out that one, like, should I be paying or should I just get paid? And I want to make a whole video about that. I want to talk about, you know, my like how I got into the game and like what it was like, and like if you should be paying or if you should not be paying, and the differences and why you end up paying and how you end up stuck in that versus getting paid. All right, guys. Also, we're gonna start doing some giveaways, so I want you to watch this whole video to the end so you can figure out how to win some of these prizes. We finna start giving away microphones, all kinds of stuff, gift cards, music, guitar center cards, and just different types of things, software, all types of stuff. So if you want to win some concert tickets, some Amazon cards, iTunes cards, go ahead and watch the video to the end. Also, in the comments below, I want you to drop your music link to your latest song on Spotify so I can add it to the playlist. All right, so let's get started. Should you pay to play or should you get paid to play? Now, I did music. I started doing music when I was younger. And the reason why I started doing it when I was like 17, 18, 19, 20 is because I wanted to make music. I mean, I wanted to do it. It was fun. It seemed fun at the time, but I also wanted to turn it into a job, a career. I wanted to make money from it. I felt like I could do it. And I just had the type of personality like you guys have that I thought that I could pull it off. And I dropped out of college to do that. Now, I dropped out of college, which kind of, I don't know if that was a great idea, but I did because I thought that the music thing would take off and I could just, I could really get that to catch on. Now, when I got, a couple years later, after we finally make a few albums and we were starting to perform, we were looking into performing at open mics and stuff like that. And these guys were telling us we had to perform basically for free to get our names up. Like, nobody knows you, so you have to come perform for free. And at the time, we were like, all right, well, that makes a lot of sense to me. So we would perform. Like about 20 shows later, we started to build a following. Okay, so we had like people who were like looking for us and wanted to know where we'd be performing at next, stuff like that. Now, once you have a following, they're gonna go everywhere you go, and it's gonna start seeming like wherever you go, there's always a crowd. And when that starts to happen, people are gonna come at you and start wondering if they can get you to come to their club, because sometimes these promoters and these club owners, they go around from club to club to club looking for talent. And so at some point, there's someone's like, oh, we got a situation where you could perform at such and such, and you can perform here and perform there. And so I ended up performing just about everywhere in Michigan, where I grew up at. And so at some point, when you perform all over the place, you get known and people know you. All right. And you start getting more and more opportunities to perform in more places. And that's when you start running into A&Rs and all that good stuff. So that's the music industry for you. That's just how it works. Now, let's say you didn't do it that way. Let's say you just decided you want to do music. Or let's say you haven't just decided, but let's say you have a job, your truck driver on the side, your doctor, I don't know. Or you got, I'm trying to come up with a scenario where you as an artist, you're not going to go through that method. You're not going to go around doing a bunch of free shows because you had bills to pay and you just didn't have time to do that. Okay, now in that situation, you run into somebody that's saying, hey, I got some shows for you. You need to perform because you still need to perform because you still don't have a following. So, I mean, you still do need to get you a following. So you still kind of like need to perform somewhere, even if you don't have time to go to a open mic. Now, the reason you would pay is because when you go to open mics, the open mic, it's 5 people who came to see me. It's 5 or 10 people who came to see him. And everybody who here to perform brought 2 or 3 to 5 people with them. So altogether, it's 300-400 people in here that all came to see whoever was performing, which it was like 40 people, 30 people. So that's how you ended up with 300-400 people in the room. But it's so much competition because these people are all pretty much there to support who they was there for to support. And if you can transcend and just like spearhead your way through all of the other artists and steal all of their fans, that's pretty much the point of the open mic for me. Like our music was better than everybody else's to the point where we ended up with the fans. Now, that's not to say that you like my music and no one else's, because fans can like all the music in there. They can like all 40 artists if they want. But whoever song they like the most, they'll be wanting to know where you're going to perform at next. And so eventually we were taking people's fans. Let's just keep it real. So we was taking people's fans and stuff like that. Now, that's how you built the fan base, from open mic to open mic to open mic to open mic. Where in the event that you don't have time to do all of that because you got a job, which I didn't have, you can just say, you know, I'm just going to pay. And I won't feel like going to no show where there's only 400 people. I need to get in front of 4,000 people. Wow. Okay. So that means you can do everything that I just did. It took me, 6 months to do. You could do it all in one day if you pay to perform in front of 4,000 people, because you can just cut to the chase. So now that you have the money, you can just buy your way past all of that hard work I just did. And you can just kind of like slide up to the top. You can have stars that's up there with you. You taking pictures with the other artists that able to perform at that venue, because I might not be able to perform at that venue even after I perform 10 or 15, 20 times at these other venues. You just bought your way past all the hard work I just did. So in that case, that's where paying to perform comes into play, because you're paying to kind of like jump ahead, speed up. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that if you got the money. As long as you're not just paying to play, paying to perform, and then at the same time, you're neglecting a different aspect. Like maybe your music actually sucks and you could have had a better studio, but you was trying to pay to play. And so, so something like that, nah. But if everything else is good and everything else is A1, then paying to perform, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so in that situation, check this out. As time goes on, though, I still haven't paid to perform. So eventually I get booked and booked and booked and booked and booked and booked and booked. And eventually, if I do 200 songs, if I do 200 shows and I continue to perform, eventually a booking agent or somebody, I'm going to bump into somebody. And they're going to be like, yo, we got a show coming up. We want you to perform at this show. And then I get the saying, because I done performed 200 times and I proved that I had a following by now, because I got a large following, I could say, meh, I want to get I want $1,000 to perform, man, because I perform too much. I've been performing for like 2 years straight. Nobody's paying me. Give me $1,000 and leave me alone. So they might say, okay, no problem. You're there. Why? Because I got a following. And they say, okay, this dude, he's performing. He's got a big fan base. We'll pay you however much you need. I'll give you 2,000 even, 3,000, whatever. Okay, so boom, I'm getting paid to play. Why? Because I did it the hard way. And at the end of the day, it's as if I was only going to do it this way. And since I got a following, that's that. Okay. Now, somebody else, the other artist that's like, I ain't got time for that. I ain't doing all that hard work. I'm just going to pay. Okay, you paid. Now, here's the problem. The people you just paid, they not dumb. They're going to come up with another thing for you to pay for. Okay, so they're going to say, all right, well, we got another show for you. And we got another show for you. So now you kind of get stuck in that little realm where nobody's going to pay you because you're paying. So they're going to keep giving you shows to pay for. Now, at what point do you cross over from paying for shows to pay to perform? I would suppose that you have to still build an audience. So even if we put you in front of all these people, you just got to keep paying until they start following you. So even if you perform in front of 10,000 people at SXSW, you still better hope you get some fans out of that, because otherwise you're just paying to perform and not even getting no followers. If you are getting followers, then it's working out for you. And soon you'll be able to go viral and you'll make all your money back. It won't even matter. But for the majority of people who are paying to perform, they're there trying to act like they built a following the hard way when they're paying to perform. And that's where the problem is at. It's like a pride thing. It's like, all right, you paid to be here, but you acting like you got that attitude like you actually worked hard to be here, which theoretically you still did work hard because you went to work and made your money. But you didn't work hard in that aspect of building the following up the hard way. You worked hard in the aspect of just throwing money at these people to make it so that you can get to the top. And so those are just two different types of artists. And I don't know which artist you want to be. I don't know if you want to be the type of artist that builds up a fan base the slow, hard way, or if you want to be the kind of artist that pays to get to the top. Now, just take this channel, for instance. You know, I was sending you guys messages one by one, which was infinitely tedious to sit there and message you back to back to back to back to back to back. And I'm sorry if I hadn't responded to a lot of those, because I was sending a lot of those. And I figured I could respond to you on here. So if you guys want to, I thank you for, you know, your music was hot. I actually did listen to that. But I mean, if you take the time to listen to 3 minutes worth of music over and over and over, this is not a lot. It's not enough time in a day. So I can only send so many of those a day. I only did. And it took us a while to get to 1,000 subscribers. That was hard work. Or somebody could just pay YouTube $2,000 or $3,000, right? And they can run all the ads on all of these videos we got on here, and they could get to 1,000 subscribers the same type of manner. It's the same thing. So if you're that type of person that always does it the hard way, you're going to get everywhere for free. If you're the type of person that don't want to do no hard work and you just want to bypass everything, and you're going to have to pay for everything, all of it. So marketing don't got to cost. You don't have to get, you shouldn't have to pay to perform, but it depends on how you approach the situation. So that's pretty much my answer to that. Take from that what you will. For the most part, you don't have to pay to perform ever. You can just keep working hard until they start booking you. Or you can say, I don't got time to wait. I'm just going to cash out right now. I'm in a rush. I got to hurry up and get out here. My life, I got a daughter on the way. I got a son on the way, whatever, with all these things, that's up to you. So a lot of people, they like to pay to get results because they cherish money and they feel like money is just going to open up all these doors for them. So they felt like, but they don't realize that also hard work opens up doors too. It's just a different type of door. It's the door across the hall from the door that you had to pay to get in. It's another door on the other side, that lead to the same place, but you just didn't have to pay. So that's why a lot of artists, they can make a living from this by working hard, whereas other artists are struggling because they're paying for results. And that would be like a struggle. You'd be caught in that little loop where you keep paying for results and you're not actually getting a career out of this. Now you're paying to play like an arcade. Like, so this whole thing is like a giant music arcade, a music career arcade where you got to keep inserting coins in order to do your job. Who goes to work and pays to go to work? I just want to ask that question. Who pays to go to work? Does anybody pay to go to work? I don't. I'm pretty sure you don't want to either. So I wouldn't get into the habit of keep paying for shows, because who pays to go to work? Now, there's a scenario where you're paying a promoter or you're paying a company, an agency, a retainer or some type of fee to represent you so that they can go get you some paid shows. That's totally the compromise there. And that's what we offer here. And that's why I told you guys to subscribe, because we are a booking agency. So we're going to be able to get you paid shows. Of course, you're going to have to pay to get that ball rolling, but you're only paying one good time, and then the money's going to come rolling back to you. Whereas if you do this on your own, you're going to mess around and end up paying over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and you're not going to never really get no money back. And so you're just going to be paying, because that circle you get into, they're all going to charge you. They're all going to, talk to each other about how you pay this much to do this, that much to do that. And no one's going to stop charging you. You're just going to always be paying. So if you get into that circle of people who do hard work and everybody is hard working, people are going to feel like, oh, let me hook my man's up because he works just as hard as I do and nobody looked out for him. So one of those other artists that's working so hard and got a paid show might even mention you and say, hey, my man's, what about him? He need to perform too. And they be like, all right, we can put him on the show. And now you finna get you some bread. So pick a circle, pick a team, pick a situation, or come to the compromise. Hit up Tunehype and let me know if you want to do some paid shows, and then we can represent you and get you some paid college shows. That's pretty much the whole difference between those two, and then that's the compromise in the middle. How you can do it while spending money, while not messing up your reputation with all these people, and still work hard. I mean, that's the best way to do it, is to work super hard at it. And then when you get your money up, then pay somebody to represent you so that you can get paid even more money. And to me, that's the best way to do it. Work hard and then pay a little bit of money to work harder and get your money back. All right, guys. So I hope this video was informative. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment. Peace. Oh, almost forgot the contest. So how do you win all this stuff, right? How do you win the gifts, the microphones, the softwares, the all that good stuff? Okay, so all you have to do, guys, is like all of the videos that you see coming out from us. Just make sure you smash that like button and make sure you leave a really good comment. Now, to get really qualified for it, it can't be a comment like the links. You know, you're dropping links for your own benefit. You can drop a link and then also drop another comment for this. So all you have to do to win is just leave me a really good comment. And the person I see commenting the most on all the videos, whoever's showing the most engagement, it's going to be so much easier. It's like a raffle. It's going to be so much easier for you to get chosen because I keep seeing your name commenting on all the videos. So all you have to do is comment a lot. Once a month, we're going to pick a winner. Somebody's going to win something. You guys got to keep commenting. And once we start making more money and more money, we're going to act like Mr. Beast and start giving out even more stuff. We'll probably do it like weekly giveaways and stuff like that. So we can do like concert tickets and iTunes cards and like Amazon gift cards. And then also we can step it up to like guitar centers and stuff like that. So if you guys want to win stuff like that, make sure you're engaging with the page, man. Be active, you know, show us that you actually watching this stuff so we can keep making this content. And like I said, just comment, like just keep commenting something nice. Comment as much as you can. Let me see a name coming up and down that screen, and we're going to choose the people who we feel like for that time period is really supporting the most. All right, guys. So I hope you like this video. Like I said, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Talk to you later. Peace.